Hi, everyone. This is from LM Badges team. My name is Praveen. Guys, can you please introduce yourself?
This is Chandra.
Hi, this is Jaypal.
Hi, this is Suresh.
Hi, guys. So as part of this today's task, so we are supposed to use Talent Cloud, and today we are going to use the element called Pipeline Designer, and you are going to use this Pipeline Designer, and we are going to take data from AWS source and do some operations on the data, and then we are going to store it again back to AWS, the output actually. So, for using this pipeline designer, we have three sections here. One is setting up the connections and getting the data sets and doing that pipeline actually. So let's go through each one of that. So first is setting up the connection. As I said earlier, today we are having the input file in Amazon S3, like AWS S3. So we have it, uh, uh, as you can see, that we have the source in COM pipeline. Uh, we have our source in this location, and we had the connection set up to get the data in here. Amazon S3 setup is done with that credentials. Now coming back to the dataset, we have the dataset created in Amazon S3 here. You can see the data actually flowing from that in NYC file, what we shown here, AB NYC file. It's the file data is coming here. And going back, now we have the pipeline designing. So this is the pipeline designer we did as part of this second task. So I'm just clicking that. So let me explain in detail on the different elements present here. So first is we are getting the source. We can see the data samples here. We are getting the data, and you can see the pipeline and the object name where we are getting this source from. And one of the other things we have to mention is we have to change it to comma delimiter here, and rest all remains the same, and it's a CSV format, so we made it as CSV. And we can actually preview the data as well by clicking here. We can see the data present in here as a preview, and as part of this task one, like we have to do some aggregation based on Brooklyn. So we apply the filter condition here. We can now see actually the filter here. Now to our right, we can see this. We are applying the filter on Brooklyn value on the field neighborhood group. So this will make sure that we are filtering out and segregating the records only for Brooklyn. We can again preview the data here. So here we can see the neighborhood group. Every record is having only Brooklyn here. And pipeline designer by itself, like segregated records are also, we are getting in a different loop. If you want to utilize this data for any other purpose, we can utilize. For now, we are not going to consider this data. We are just going to move on with the next step. And the data, whatever we have here, is all of string type. So we wanted to convert that string type to a float, basically to apply any operation. So that is what we are doing as part of this step here. We are actually changing the output type to float here. From here, we are next step is doing the aggregation. So we are trying to do a sum here on the price field. So that is, you can see that we have used a price, and an operation is sum, and the output field name we are saying is total price. And what we are grouping by is based on the neighborhood group, again the Brooklyn. So you can preview the data here now after what we got. This is based on the samples data set. We have the data now. It says Brooklyn and 2819, but this is not the actual data. So now coming back uh, here, so this is nothing but gonna be our output where we're gonna store. Here today we are gonna use AWS S3 for our output. So and we use the same object name. We are just given as Brooklyn average AVG, but it is where the folder will be created, and then it is going to be in Excel format. So shall we run this, guys? Okay, so I'm going to run this pipeline now. Now we can see the execution started successfully, and it is going now. Uh, okay, now we can see that execution got ended successfully, and hopefully we will see the data now in the database. Let's go here. Okay. Now actually we can see that the file got created at the same time, like now completed, that we can see the same time, and then let's see the output. Okay. Now we are seeing the value of the Brooklyn. The sum of the price is available now. The aggregation is done. To cross check, we can check from the source what we have here. I've already filtered out for Brooklyn here, and I'm trying to check the total value here. I see the total value is 25600, which matches our value what we got in the output. So this is the toughest task we have completed now. I think as part of the second task, I think we need to show that we have any data quality issues. So let's go back to our Talend pipeline. So how to check the data quality here is basically, let's go to the data set here. So coming to the data sets here, so Talend has some options to do some sampling data, everything with when we start loading the data itself. So when you see in here, it has saying that how many empty values are there and how many invalid values are there based on some patterns. So it catches it by itself. So we can actually see that here wherever we have some indifference, like we can see there are 5 different out after that point decimals here, where we have only four values after decimals. So these are some of the data qualities checks that actually the pipeline designer does as part of loading the data. Like it actually shows us, maybe we can able to filter out if we see if there are any data quality issues, and we can actually remove and then do our transformations. Um, Guys, anybody has any other thoughts on this?
So Praveen, does it show the junk data or something? Like we have some question mark or so many other things, right?
Yes, yes. That's I think that is what I think this color it shows in this color. Like basically, um, I think if it sees the pattern and then it records the values. If it's not following a pattern, then definitely it is gonna show us this kind of
Okay,
check, like where we can come and see if the data is right or wrong. Okay.
that's good. Okay,
Yep.
thanks.
Okay. Yeah. I think we have completed the task as part of talent part two. So anyway, thank you.
Thanks everyone.